Welcome to our new global media talk show. Today is May 19, 2024. So today we were gonna be talking about TRRC recommendations. Sam, welcome on board.
Thank you.
As usual, you are driving. Are you on the
Yeah, I'm on the road as usual. On the road from the kids basketball game. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sam, for that. So Sam, let's quickly jump in. We're just gonna be a short one. The TRRC recommendations,
Yeah.
and then the arrest of Usman Sonko. What do you think? Since we've been how many years since Drammeh left? It's 2026. It's coming to sorry, 2016 is coming to 4 years. I mean 6 years. Um, the the TRRC
Yeah, 6 to 7 now. Yeah.
the victims are still asking for you know some kind of like compensation. At the same time they want to see justice, but it looks like that's not happening. What do you think? What is your take on this, and what do you think about this arrest that has been done and then the conviction of Usman Sonko?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I would first start with definitely the TRRC recommendations. When TRRC made their recommendations, I actually came out and released some audios, and I said, what the government really need to do. And prior to doing that, actually, one of the first things I did was when I saw, when I first started watching TRRC, and I saw some went on, that was the most interesting to me. I watched that part, and when I watched all of what Senator Sabali said, the first thing I came out was I came out released audios to the government, the president, that they need to make sure they need to really remove everyone that was involved in these crimes during Drammeh's time and still working for the government. I even used the keyword here was investigative suspension. I told the government they need to put those people on investigative suspension. Those people that really tortured people and did all kinds of people and even killed people during Drammeh's regime cannot be working for a government now. They cannot. They should not be working for a government. So they need to put them all on investigative suspension and let the court decide their fate. That would have been the right thing for the government to do. Unfortunately, they didn't do that. I heard an announcement sometime a few months back that they are going to do that. And then, and recently I heard that the government, same thing from the news and what is going around, that they will put those people, they will take them out of the government. And I said, too little, too late. It's still better than none. But getting them off of our clock from our payroll and put them on, they could be on payroll, put them on investigative suspension. We've all heard from TRRC when all the witnesses came and testified there. So that was good enough evidence for them to prosecute these people. And they need to prosecute them because the victims need justice. They need justice. They need compensation. They need to be compensated for that. So I would say that that should have been the first step the government should have done, and they did not do that. So I was really disappointed that they didn't take action immediately and remove those people and put them all on investigative suspension, and knowing that these are people that really tortured and even killed people. So they cannot be working for a government. That would have been the first step they should have done, and the whole world would recognize that.
So since they haven't done that, what do you think is stopping them? Because the TRRC recommendations are there, and then they were, they need to be enforced. It is the borough government to look into every aspect of it, and then see, like what really transpired, because the victims need to be, relieved. They need to have a closure for the lost ones,
Absolutely.
those who have been those whose life has been endangered will need a full compensation. Why do you think the government is still not pushing this, and then Gambia
Well,
is still at large?
yep. Part of the reason I would say that, it may not be the only reason, but part of the reason is politics. Politics is involved in there because the government knows if they go after those people and put them all in investigative suspension, uh, they know that they can lose some seats in some places because Jammeh supporters are people that were also trying to get into their side. This was before Fabakary Tambang Jatta and the group joined NPP, or before they merged with NPP. So while they were trying to get those people to do that, if they do anything to their people, they will lose their support. So politics is one. There could be several reasons, but politics is, in my opinion, politics was the main reason why they didn't do it. Because you have all the evidence, you have all the witnesses that testified on the TRRC that was televised, and all these people. I mean, a lot of Gambians watched that, so we knew from that point. We know what happened, you know, and then you see that what's the name again? By law, the driver that was involved in, or I think he was a driver for those who assassinated Didier Haidara, was being prosecuted in Germany. So that came out. Everybody knew that. And Usman Sonko being arrested in Switzerland and taken to court. And finally, this week, we heard that he's now been convicted. And
It looks like we lose some for a bit.
a little disappointing for me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Hmm. Go ahead, go ahead.
So about, hold on. Sorry. I'm getting out of the car. Pull into my garage. So, yeah. Can you hear me
Yeah, I can hear you.
on my headphone? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, I'm walking in the house. Let me settle here. So very, very important that the government do something, and that one of the most difficult things for me to understand is, you know, our government really took the time. Oh, our government really took the time to uh, to go after. Uh, our government took the time to go after Myanmar people that were tortured in. And if you think about that, government going out and going after these people when we have our own people that were really uh, uh, put under, uh, I would say that our government really took the time to look after those people. You know, when we have uh, our own people, we have people that were supposed to have been prosecuted and looking after those people, and nothing like that happened. So it was really embarrassing to
Mhm.
have our own people, have Gambian uh, uh, lawmakers to go after the Myanmar people, which is Burma, the Myanmar people. So we went after them because of all the crimes that they committed, and that left our own people in Gambia that did not get the justice.
Is
You know
that
what I
not
mean? We have our own people.
is that not hypocrisy?
I
At the,
know, I know, I know. How can our government get off and you get out of our country to go to Myanmar and say those Muslims, those
Muslims' rights were violated. They were tortured. They went through humiliation. They went through harassment. So we're going to prosecute them. But you have your own stuff under your own feet that you should have taken care of first. So that was the disappointing part for me. Nothing wrong with going to fight for another country, but before you go fight for another country, why don't you fight for your own people first? That's the way I look at that. So, and to me, that was the truth. And going to Usman Sanko in Switzerland, I think he deserved that. He deserved what he got is what he deserved. He was the Minister of Interior. He worked in the Jammeh's regime when they really tortured and captured and tortured and killed people. Yeah, he was the leader there. So I am glad that those victims has justice now. I have justice now from his conviction. They convicted him and they're gonna put him in prison. That's the right thing, and that is what I fight for. I like to fight for people's right. You know, in Gambia, if somebody kills somebody or somebody deliberately does some things, and people who were perpetrators of all these crimes, I think should be dancing to their own music. Just like they say, if you make your bed, you must lie in it. They made their bed. They must face those consequences. And be a lesson learned. They would know that if they do anything that's stupid like that, which is a violation of people's rights, they
So,
could also be held accountable for it.
Sam,
I think it's going to teach them a
Sam,
lesson.
quick question. Sam,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you think?
Yes.
What does this mean to Jammeh's conviction and Jammeh's arrest and conviction? You think this is moving? We are moving towards that end because he was the commander in chief, and everybody was pointing fingers to Jammeh. Jammeh was the one ordering all the all the execution. Jammeh was everybody in TRRC was say Jammeh. Oga said this. Oga said that. So what do you think? It's this development, seems like it's, we are closer to getting Jammeh on trial.
Absolutely. I think Jammeh will have his day in court as well. I mean, he's not going to get away with this. He's definitely going to have his day in court, and I hope he has his day in court because no one in the world should treat people like that. No one in the world should really be killing people. I mean, it shouldn't. People deserve the right to live. Is in our constitution. They have the right to live, and so if you kill them, however, I'll say this thing. Uh, I know a lot has been said at TRRC. I also believe that there are some things that were done without Jammeh's authority. I believe that. So that's why it'll be important for Jammeh to stand in court and defend himself, and the truth will prevail because witnesses will come out. There are crimes that were committed that were ordered by him, but I think there were some crimes that were committed that were not ordered by him. I don't think the president will tell anybody go catch so and so and rape them and kill
But
them.
then, but
The
then,
president,
during the TRRC, they said that sometime when he has to see proofs, either videos or the head of
yes,
head of the head of the person that was killed. So why are you saying that
yes.
but Jammeh is not the not
Well,
entirely he could have
well,
stepped up and say, you know what, whoever does this, you are finished. I'm gonna deal with you. So they wouldn't kill.
yes,
But Jammeh
yep, yep,
knew about this execution.
yep.
Jammeh knew
So
about all these things.
right. So here's the thing. I'm sure there are people that Jammeh ordered based on what TRIC witnesses testified. There were people that were ordered to be killed by Jammeh, right? There's no doubt about that because he wants to see the evidence. He wanted to see evidence. They have to make a video and send it to him, or show him, or put him on live. And some even testified that he actually witnessed and was part of those who were torturing people at NIA headquarters. He will wear his mask and dress so that nobody knows him and come and be part of that. I understand all of that. What I'm saying is, and he should be held accountable for all of that. He should be prosecuted, face the court, be prosecuted, and face whatever the court put on him. Okay, if they order him dead, I mean that's the court's order, and that is what needs to happen. They put him in life in prison. That's what he deserved too. So, but what I'm saying is, there has been times that some criminal activities were reported to some of the top officials that may or may not have reached Germany, and the top officials, because they know what the answer is when they get to Germany, so they will go and do things on their own. You know what I mean? They will go
Right.
and do things on their own. If it is, say, somebody was named after this, or somebody was caught doing so and so, or they have a fear of someone doing something, um, they know that when they go to Jamie is going to tell them, go do this, go get him. So I think there are times that they've done things on their own, especially the rape cases. Jamie never told. I won't say never. I can't say never. I don't believe. I personally, from my own opinion, I don't believe that Jamie will tell them go and get somebody's wife. When you get her, make sure you rape her and then kill her, or rape her and do all kinds of things to her. Jemme will not give those directions. He wouldn't tell him that. So I don't think he did that. So that's why I said there are a lot of crimes committed that he may have masterminded, and there have been some that I believe that directions didn't come from him. Directions were taken by the top authorities, like the head of the, for example, head of the junglers, and head of the
But
inspector
but
general of
but
police.
but 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 this is the situation here. If there
Yep,
was no killing, right? There
yep,
was no killing in the Gambia. It was not a, no, a basic norm, and that the security forces are not, being, it's not been a basic norm.
yep,
Nobody would dare to even torture somebody. But they knew their
yep,
commander in chief. This is the life, this is the way he operates.
yep,
So everybody can go extra
yep,
mile without fear or favor. You understand? So that's what I'm
yep,
saying. Jammeh cannot be
yes.
out of the hook, you know, of the hook.
No, no, yeah,
He's definitely
absolutely. That's
the
why I said,
reasoning. He's the reason
yep,
why these killings is the reason why they happen. If somebody killed and
yep,
then he stood and say, or somebody, did this human rights abuse and set an example, I can guarantee you that it will be stopped. Right now, it's not happening because whoever
yep,
whoever does it now, you're gonna face the consequences. So Jammeh's time,
absolutely.
because Jammeh ordered them and entertained them. Of course, certain crimes would be taking place even without the authority of Jammeh. That's just how the situation is. Once you entertain an
Yes,
atmosphere, the
yep,
atmosphere takes care of itself. Either you give authorities or not. So that's why I'm saying Jammeh
yep,
has
yep,
the lion's share of the blame, even though he can argue that
absolutely.
there's no evidence to
Yep,
say that he asked
yep,
them to do
yep.
it.
So, right, the law is funny. The law is straightforward. The law is there for justice. Yes, we all know that, and that's why I said I began saying that Jimmy will have his day in court. Yeah, I know that he will have his day in court because if prosecutions are happening, they